Welcome back everybody. Today we're going to walk you through the install of these twin fin ducts by MHC. So you're locked in at R44. We've got Wayne's car here. It's previously had fitted M Performance ducts, and we're going to swap these out for the twin fins by MHC. So I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step tutorial. If we find us over here, we're going to walk you through the tools required. Cool, so first thing, we always have a pen, normally a Sharpie or a normal ballpoint. Anything that comes off the car, we either use a cardboard here, so you can put a circle around the bolts. You can say front, bumper, etc. Right? So it's quite cool. We lay our bolts out, mark them, especially if it's the first time you're doing something. Flathead screwdriver, always useful for backing off clips. A 10mm socket, an 8mm socket. Driver, we'll also use an extension here as well. Trim tool, we use a metal trim tool because there are a lot of clips on these cars, but a metal trim tool allows you to pull them out, be nice and direct. And we've got two Torx bits. Don't know the things, but we'll put them in the thing. 20, 25, there you go, on the Torx there, so we'll mark those. So we're gonna get cracking now. All right, so we're now, Mario's just assembled the top half. I'm just gonna walk you through just because it is quite technical. So first up, you get a trim tool. As I said, a metal one. Undo the 6 clips along the top here. Behind here will be the Torx driver. So then you just loosen these off. We've obviously taken these ones off, as you've seen there. Loosen those off and take them off. So that's loosened off the whole top end of the car. So now we're going to take the car off, see what's underneath the car, and then one screw, the hidden screw in the arch liner. Underneath the car, obviously this customer's got a splitter fitted that utilizes all OEM fixings. If you don't have a splitter, it'll be exactly the same. Metal trim tool, pull those clips out, put it in, and pull outwards like that. So that'll come out. Under these cars, there is a mixture we're seeing from the factory, a mixture of 10 and 8 mils. This car in particular is an 8mm socket. Unscrew all of them. So anything you see that's like a clip or an 8 or a 10mm socket along this front line, remove those. And now we're going to move over to the arch liner. All right, so we're now by the arch liner. We're now going to remove this bottom screw, 8mm socket as always. So that one there, middle one and the top one, that gives you access to just pull off the bumper. So now we're going to remove those and work from there. Now we've removed the 3 screws of the arch liner. Mario is now pushing back the arch liner, and you can see there's another hidden 8mm bolt. As you can see, it's quite a long length. So it's just in there. Use another hand, pull that arch liner back and work those through. There's 2 of them in there. Anything that looks like that head, 8mm, remove them. That will now release the front bumper from the arch. So if you want to get them, pull out the grey toggle and then push back on it, and that'll work as a clip. So that one's removed. Over on Mario's side, just watch, there's a little tab. So when you're playing around with that, just make sure you don't have the body line. I would, if you're unexperienced, put a bit of masking tape along that line. So coming over to Mario's side, there's a large tab on this side, which is powering all of them. So you've got the single side here, and then you pull off that one again, just pulling out the toggle and go from there. So now we're going to remove the bumper, give it a little jiggle. There will be clips along the bottom. There's also a temperature sensor just in here. What we do is just pull it straight out. It's not worth unclipping it because it's only lightly in. And now we move it on and onto some trestles. Highly recommend never putting the bumper on the ground. Purchase a set of trestles, they'll come in handy whenever you're working on your car. So we're now going to work on the back section of the bumper. We've got to remove all of this plastic lining to get to these. So yeah, we're going to cut there and just start cracking. Cool, so now you're going to remove this. Got Mario working on one side, I'm going to work on this side. Start by taking these 8mm sockets out. There's 3 of them. There's also, you've got this clip here. You undo that clip, just slide that off. Make sure you're putting everything back and marking it. You then want to work your way through, taking the sensor cable off. These are just on little push fixings, so metal trim tool does come in handy. Just get in there like that, pop them out, work your way through, popping those out like that. So that's off. So you get this cable off. The main aim, you're now removing this whole area. So just work your way through all the clips. These ones in particular are quite difficult. Just as the clip obviously is pushed out, just push them in. They are difficult, so just take your time. Behind all of here, there is some 3M tape sticking this trim back to the bumper. So just when you get there, you have to work up behind and remove that. But we're going to see that. Got Mario working his way through the clips there. So yeah, we're going to cut that there. We're going to start removing all these clips. And as you come through, you'll start getting stuff to remove. So I always start from this corner, work my way through and see whatever's holding the trim in and just removing it. This you don't need to be too worried about. It will just tuck underneath that. So yeah, let's work through that and then we'll catch you back in a second when we remove these. So Mario has flown through this. So he's now removed all the clips all the way around, including the screws. This trim now comes off. You've got access there. So thankfully this one hasn't got the 3M tape, which is nice. So yeah, we're gonna pop that on the floor. We're we're now on the back of the original ducts. With the mesh setup, it's going to be very similar, isn't it, Mario? It's just instead of the twins, there's a mesh in place. So you're going to work your way through. We're just going to get these out there like that. Cool, so now we've just worked our way through. Metal trim tool as well, always. Work your way through. Just, for example, with your body color, you can see the clip, just working that way through and that, pushing that out. It's a mixture of your hands, fin out. So these are original M Performance. Cool, so now the twin fins. So nice and easy, literally reverse of what you've just done. So in case, we've got these little foam bits on there. So just make sure when you reinstall them, that the foam bits are getting pushed back. This just gives for a nice rattle-free install. So work your way through.
Go the way.
I see, yeah. So you can see there, you always want to make sure you're walking, so go around, like we're halfway through the install, so you want to check that we see body-coloured clips coming through everywhere. You'll feel like it's very tough, but the second you feel them kind of pushing through, you'll start hearing them click. Just make sure the clips are central on the body-coloured clips. So Mary's going to give us a hand, pushing from the opposite direction. We'll just go around, push in. They are nice and tight and snug, which is key to make sure you get a good fitment. There we go. So we think we're pretty much there. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap the bumper around and have a little view from this side just to check, because sometimes they need a bit more pushing. Go. So the twin fin is now fitted, so in case of just pushing it, if you get any gaps, just figure about like moving it along. These things, generically, they will have gaps, but ours are pretty damn tight, as you can see. You see the foam, you just want to make sure you're working it. If there is a bit of foam sticking out, push it back in, tuck the foam back. It's just a bit of a process to get them bang on. But if we just compare to, this is a real M Performance fitted at BMW from an Ultimate Pack car. You see these gaps down the side? This is fully original BMW. So just to showcase that if you see like slight gaps, ours are better than this because we've increased this radius to prevent these issues, but it's key to understand that even BMW have gaps. But there you go. Yep, cool. So guys, we've now fitted one twin fin. Obviously we left this one on, we're about to change this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna crack on, get this reassembled, and then showcase the final result once the bumper's back on. But it's just a simple case, reassembling everything you've done. So just repeat, clip all the back section back in, everything will fit into this duct, and then the extra one's there. So repeat that process, put the bumper back on, make sure you plug your parking sensors. That's top one check. So check you got that and the temperature sensor in the side, fit it all back up, make sure you put these screws in first and then work your way back down. Always check underneath the car because these clips are very important that you get underneath the bumper. But yeah, guys, good luck. We wish you luck on that, on the rebuild. We're gonna snap on, jump through, changing this one over. Take care. Cool, welcome back. The car is now in our wrap bay and the twin fins are both fitted and they look amazing. Obviously, the design of the twin fin is designed for the SP1 splitter. This is a Carbell splitter, so it does look different. So you don't really get the unique kind of design features that we were going for, but it does look good. So yeah, Dylan's gonna show you now some really cool cinematics. And guys, as always, like and subscribe, hit that bell button. If you wanna get some yourself, hit that link in the bio. We were gonna have a link for the twin fins and the MHC single fins. So if your car is kind of like a normal spec car and not the Ultimate Pack with the carbon pack, that I don't recommend you buying. You should always buy it aftermarket because the quality of the aftermarket parts now are amazing. Take care, guys. Enjoy.